Welcome to Guzzlr.
Hello and welcome to Guzzlr. How are you, boys?
Good, mate.
Yeah, I'm good, thank you, mate.
I just want to reiterate or say first that we've already recorded this episode, but we're having to do it again because Louis...
Beep.
I'll tell you what, it was really, really good as well.
We've got my bit. Good. Just release my bit.
Yeah, and mine. We'll just cut Louis out.
And Dex.
I thought about it. I thought about editing it so it looked like I just wasn't in it. I did think about that. But here we are.
Oh, by me, mate.
Here we are.
So, today, again, we're talking about animal facts. Talking about nature in general, because it's a bit crazy.
It's pretty wild.
So, instead of talking about the whole animal kingdom in one show, which seemed to take forever...
it's like an hour, wasn't it?
We're going to do it by, like, subspecies, I guess, or typologies.
I reckon we could do a whole one on cats. We spoke about cats for a long while. So
Yeah,
we could
I reckon we could do a long one about cats.
I hate cats.
Um,
we should have a cull. We should have a cat cull.
no.
Guzzlr extra. Guzzlr extra.
This isn't the direction I wanted this episode to go. So, we're going to start from small, go big. So today we're talking about insects.
Guzzlr podcast.
So I want to talk about caterpillars.
Yeah, mate, I've heard of them.
For one, they've got 12 eyes.
Wow.
12 eyes.
All right.
Yeah.
What, 3 times more than me.
Yeah, what would you do with all them? 3 times more than you. Wow.
Dick.
A lot of porn.
Oh.
A lot of porn.
Yeah, fair enough.
What do I do with 12? Did you ask what he do with 12 eyes?
Yeah.
Same as he does now, I imagine.
Yeah, probably.
Drink.
Probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, not only that, but when they go into the cocoon to become a butterfly, they just kind of melt themselves down and turn into goo.
I respect that, to be fair. Like a little, they become like a putty and then they reshape themselves, right?
Yeah.
They're like slime.
Like clay.
Yeah.
See,
That's pretty sick.
I've never ever thought about the fact that when they get in the cocoon, what actually happens. It's never come into my mind. In my mind, they get in a blanket and they wake up basically transformed. That's always just how I've imagined it.
Well, apparently they turn themselves into a similar consistency to hand wash, like
snot.
Yeah, all that. A bit thicker, so like hand.
Can I paint the walls with caterpillar?
I assume so.
If I got enough cocoons and just sort of like you're a pestle and mortar, I got one of them. And I just sort of ground it down.
Sure.
What colour is it?
I don't know. I didn't ask.
Oh, I'll find one. I'll let you know.
So they actually melt all the way down.
Yeah.
So they're just like a liquid and then reform as a solid.
Yeah, and the wings and the brain somehow stay intact. So the wings are already in the caterpillar, and the brain's there. It melts itself down, and they're just some floating wings in a cocoon, and then bam, butterfly. Surprise.
That's pretty
Wow.
sick.
And then
Do you know, caterpillars, I've got more fact. They got more muscles than humans. Caterpillars.
are they really?
They can't.
Humans have between
Can't deadlift.
like 600 to 800, depending on how you count.
Can't deadlift what I can, though, can they?
And then caterpillars have about 2,000. I mean, they're not big as muscles.
Weaklings.
Terrifying.
When you said they're between 600 and 800, depending on how you count, like,
Yeah, mate.
what's this mean? Like
Complicated, apparently. Isn't it?
on your fingers
Count the
or
human
like,
muscles. 'Cause there's like muscle systems, and then like people debate about whether they're a muscle or if they're like different muscles.
Subset. Because some originate at the same point and end at the same point. Are they technically the same muscle if they...
Yeah, exactly.
I have a great fact about caterpillars, but it's not really about caterpillars. It's about
So it's not a great fact about caterpillars then.
sort of about caterpillars.
It says about wasps.
Yep. Have you got another caterpillar fact first, Declan?
Yeah, I was just going to say they remember... butterflies remember their caterpillar days. They did this.
As we mentioned,
researchers found out they did this by exposing caterpillars to a particular smell and giving them an electric shock. And then when they turned into butterflies, they gave them the same smell and they reacted in a bad way.
These electric shocks they're giving these caterpillars, how strong is it?
I think I likened it to the joke pens that people have. You click it and it zaps you and you swear at whoever gave it to you. I liken it to that.
But when that happens, like you just said, like you eat the pen and like you're pretty shocked. But to a caterpillar, I imagine they just turn to
Sounds
crisp.
like big. Yeah, crisp.
it's dead.
Walkers,
Go,
ready salted.
Yeah.
Bam.
Yeah, and that's how you make crisps. That is how you make caterpillar flavour crisps.
Sounds quite nice.
So
what's your figgy fact, mate? Come on,
what's your not caterpillar fact?
Yeah.
So there is a wasp called wait for it.
That's a bad name.
It's called
It's called a wait for it. That's the scientific name of it.
caterpillar wasp.
Glyptopantellus, but I can't really pronounce it, so we're gonna.
I can tell.
No shit.
They nickname it the voodoo wasp. The voodoo wasp, and I'm happy to say the voodoo wasp instead. And what they do is they lay their eggs inside a caterpillar. Then when the eggs turn into larvae, into the little things. We'll call them the little things. They feed on the fluids inside the caterpillar to keep it alive. So the caterpillar's slowly dying, and the larvae is like just feeding on it. And then when the caterpillar turns into a cocoon, the larvae also turn into adult wasps, but they're protected by the inside of the cocoon, and the cocoon keeps them there until they're ready to form, and then they're just eating the rest of the caterpillar, and then they burst out of it and they become wasps. So it's like they make zombie caterpillars.
You know what I'm gonna say?
Go on.
That's pretty hot.
I didn't know you were going to say that.
I didn't notice that. I think it's a fantastic thing.
That's what I always say, isn't it?
That you keep pet caterpillars in your garden, and they've got names, and then they turn to cocoons, and at this point you don't know they're zombie caterpillars, and they turn to cocoons, and you're bursting for them to come out of there and become like butterflies, and you see them start hatching, and then just like 50 wasps come out.
Not much difference between that and human birth, though, is there really?
I mean,
I ate 94% of my mother's womb. So there's not much difference, really.
No, you might well be a voodoo wasp inside.
You ate.
You are?
94% of your mother's womb.
Yeah.
He's a hungry fella.
You could argue absorbed.
Without teeth.
Like osmosis. No, it just went through my flesh.
He's
I'm hungry.
He's hungry, lad.
That's where it all began.
You got any?
I've got bees. Bees are basically wasps.
Bees basically. Well, I've got some bees as well, so yeah, go for
Yeah,
it.
go on.
So bees, I think we've heard this before actually. Bees can recognise faces, human faces.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
So they can actually distinguish. And then they also did a study to see if humans could distinguish between bee faces, which I think is just hilarious. And we can't. We can't do that.
Well,
but they can distinguish between our faces, which I thought was quite cool.
Does that mean that like if you annoy a bee,
it will remember you?
It'll remember you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
That's not ideal.
No, that's pretty.
So I annoy a lot of bees.
Yeah.
You make it a habit. Just go to your local park and piss the bees off.
Oh, I love pissing off bees, mate. Love it.
But to you, every time that bee comes back, you think it's a different bee because you can't recognise the bee's face. But that bee,
exactly.
Yeah, that bee knows you. Wow.
I bet he's just like, it's me, Alfie. It's me. Come on, man. You know me.
My bee fact is that when male honeybees mate, their penis explodes, and the queen, she often goes on a flight of just mating with lots of like males, and she deceives a trail of penisless corpses.
That's hot.
Stop it.
That is actually hot, though. Come on.
That's
the other one weren't, but that is actually hot, isn't it? Come on.
We're all up for female empowerment, but destruction of male penis is not. Not on that list.
Not at all. There's another one here, which is they in 2015 they came up with the Dementor wasp, and the Dementor wasp was in Thailand, and what it does is
they came up with it. They invented one, yeah.
Yeah. They made it in a lab. Yeah. No, they named it the Dementor wasp after the Dementors in Harry Potter. And what they do is they inject cockroaches with their venom, and then drag them back to their lair, and then suck the blood out of them while they're still alive.
I'm going to reiterate what I said yesterday because I think it's true.
If you say it's
that
hot.
ain't a bad way to die.
Oh. I think it's an awful way to die.
I think your life would just sort of slowly like fall out of you. Do you know what I mean?
And I think that's awful.
Yeah, but
that's better than like burning.
It'd be peaceful, wouldn't it?
Would you rather not your next door neighbour set fire to your house and you die than your next door neighbour injecting you with this venom that paralyses you, drags you back to their house next door, and then sucks the blood out of you?
Nah, I'd rather have my blood sucked out, fam.
No,
At
least I know I'm being used in some way. You know what I mean? Someone's getting something out of it.
You just be crying out in pain just for days, just like.
But you wouldn't.
I'm always crying out in pain. It doesn't matter,
because
does it?
really, it's asphyxiation, and eventually you just fall asleep. There's no pain in it.
We're all dying slowly anyway, so might as well put my blood somewhere.
Anyway, another bee fact. A bee's wings beats 190 times a second. Yeah.
That's pretty fast, to be fair. It's like my heart.
11,400 times a minute. You're going to have a
slow heartbeat. I've got an athlete's heartbeat, remember?
Yeah, right. And a single honeybee colony can produce around 100 kilos of honey each year. That's 220 jars.
That's my weight.
They can produce of honey.
That's a lot of honey.
How many bees do you get in a colony, though?
5.
Yeah,
Somewhere between 5 and 20.
Wait, if it's like a
I
million,
think
that's
it's
not
more
very
than
much.
that.
Really? What, 25?
Yeah,
Jesus.
maybe 40.
That's a lot of bees.
These Asian giant hornets, and they what they do is they make holes in human flesh. They're about 2.2 inches. They're some hefty old hornets, and they fly at 25 miles an hour. So there's no running away from these.
That's crazy.
No running away from. Yeah, it is. That is
fast.
mad. Yeah, and yeah, they put this venom stuff on you, and it just burns holes in your skin. And when I was reading about this article, the thing that I actually liked most is it said, "Don't worry, because they live far away in East Asia." Well, for all our Asian fans, you're dead.
I'm looking at the exact same thing now because I also screenshot the same fact, and I love the fact that it says the Asian giant hornet is the one hornet you don't want to get stung by. That's not true. That is not true. I don't get stung by any hornets. What are you on about? That's the only one.
Also, hornets obviously do make nests in like the corner buildings and stuff, but they also, this is terrifying, they live in the ground as well quite often, in burrows that have just been like disregarded by other animals. I just think that's mental. Imagine if like you got like a badger or a hedgehog, it's nipped out for a weekend away, comes back.
As they do,
yeah, and it just comes back and you got like just a family of hornets living in your house. That's mental. That it's squatters' rights. That's what it is.
I don't think that's what it is.
I'm not a badger, so I'm not that worried. Do you know what I mean?
Are you not?
I'm not too concerned because I'm literally not a badger. Literally not.
Well,
I'm not, am I?
No,
Look
you're
at
not.
me.
You are right. I am looking at you. You're true. You're not.
Stop looking at me. I'm sorry.
I've got a dragonfly one.
Yeah, go on.
This is a great fact. Dragonflies fake their death to get away from unwanted sexual advances.
We've all done that.
Yeah.
We've all been there.
All fake their death to do that.
I'm just imagining someone trying to get with me, and I'm just like, I'm dead. I'm literally dead. I've died, woman.
Your girlfriend reaching over it in the middle of the night, and you're just trying not to breathe.
The problem is though that his girlfriend is literally a necrophiliac.
That is a big problem, to be fair. You should see what she brings home.
Oh. Anyway, staying on dragonflies.
Oh, dragonflies! Yeah, go on, hit me.
They've been around for 300 million years.
Jesus.
I honestly thought you were just going to say 300 years, and I was going to go, yeah. Right.
And also, when they mate, their tails make the shape of a heart.
See, we had this conversation before. I hate that fact. I'm just going to say
What do you want from me?
Because even human hearts aren't that shape.
I don't
It's
care.
just a shape we've made up.
Yeah.
So they're not. So basically, your thing is dragonflies are an arbitrary shape that humans have once decided is the shape of a heart, even though it isn't.
Yeah.
Fun fact. It's not, is it?
And also, like, when the two tails join together and they make a heart.
Yeah.
So really, the fact is that when a dragonfly mates, its tail curls slightly.
Exactly. Two curled tails joined together. Bloody nature's a miracle, mate.
It was just a nice fact, and you had to go and
Yeah.
ruin
Well,
Let's
next
go back
time
to the
you come to
300.
nice facts, think about it.
The 300 million years. You said 300 million years, yeah.
Yeah.
They live for an average of 24 hours, which means there's some busy insects in there if they've been around for 300 million years.
They got some mad survival techniques.
So there's
Yeah,
a lot of like iterations, isn't there?
Maybe
They got some mad survival techniques, but every time someone wants to mate with them, they pretend they're dead.
Maybe the Hollow Earth conspiracy theory is just about dragonflies.
I don't know.
What?
There's a conspiracy theory that the Earth is hollow, and you can get to it from either pole.
Mm.
What if the Earth is just filled with dragonflies.
That's terrifying.
Oh yeah, well, yeah.
That's
I see what you mean
where the
now.
film How to Train Your Dragon was inspired.
I wonder why they're called dragonflies. Anyone know?
No, I
Let's
don't
Okay,
know.
that's a yes.
Let's consult the real expert, Google.
Okay, what?
I imagine they weren't called that 300 million years ago, though.
I imagine no one was around to name them. To be fair,
No,
they name
that's
themselves.
sad, isn't it? That
They
before
had
we
no
came
name.
about, that they had no name. That's really sad.
Dragonflies derives
They're all
from
Welsh.
the Romanian word for devil, which was drak, but that drak was also the Romanian word for dragon. He thought that eventually the Romanian name for devil's fly was erroneously translated to the English dragonfly, and this evolved to dragonfly.
So my question is,
so they
why was
dragonflies
it called a
by
devil
mistake?
fly?
Yeah, they're actually meant to be called
Why was it
devil
called a devil's
flies.
fly? Why?
That's amazing. I know, they're scary little
That's-
bastards, aren't they?
Oh Jesus, this is
Devil
like a
fly?
full research paper on why they're called it. Fuck me.
So what? Let's just change their names then, because they're not meant to be called that.
No, true. Yeah, good point.
Do you know what I mean? Like, why are we keeping that? It makes no sense.
Wait, there was something that you just said that I was just gonna inquire about. Oh yeah, no, it was something I said. The fact that, that before we was around, nothing was named.
Yeah.
But imagine like a T-Rex just wandering through, going, "Oh, what's for dinner?" And he goes, "I'd love to tell you, but no one has got names, so it's just one of the other things walking about." Well, oh look, Dad, there's another walking thing coming after us because
one with the long neck.
Brontosaurus.
They didn't know what necks were. They didn't know anything, mate.
No,
I have an
that's absolutely
explanation
crazy.
for the name dragonfly. It's not a good one, but it's an explanation. The name dragonfly actually came about because of an ancient Romanian folktale. In the folktale, the devil turned a beautiful horse ridden by St. George into a giant flying insect. The Romanian names the people supposedly referred to this as giant insect meant St. George's horse, or more commonly, devil's horse. So for some reason, we've gone from dragonfly to devilfly to horsefly to devil horse.
To be fair, I'm satisfied though that I've got it now though.
So horse
The devil's
turned into the thing. They called the devil thing, but then the Romanian word for devil is also the word for dragon. So now we call it dragon.
The peasantry of the time actually viewed the devil's horse as a giant fly, and they named it devil's
I'm glad it's
fly.
simple.
Fuck knows.
Flies.
Yeah,
Now.
I've
So
got an
yesterday-
ant fact.
yeah, go on.
Oh. This kind.
So-
Yeah, go on.
There's an ant called a Coleoboscis, and they're actually they're not called that. They're called the Coleoboscis explodens. And what they do is, in battle, I don't know how often ants battle.
In
they
battle.
they split their skin open, coat their enemies in this like venom, and they just explode.
Oh,
Yeah, I've seen that before. To be fair, it's like a
don't say it.
Voltorb in Pokemon. Isn't it?
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know Pokemon.
Another
yeah,
Pokemon
whatever.
fact.
I think that it said they're the bottom of the colony, so they're kamikaze, aren't they?
They're literally
that's
made
what they
just to.
Just
They're like
to
disposable,
explode.
aren't they?
So if there hasn't been a little battle in a little while, they're useless. They're absolutely useless.
That's pretty sad, to be fair. That's a sad existence, isn't it?
Before
Would
we
you rather
talk about-
explode or had your blood sucked out of you?
Explode.
You reckon? It's probably
Yeah.
pretty quick, innit?
But it would be
Also, it's still
Agonisingly
useful, innit?
painful.
Yeah, you're exploding in the heart of battle, so it's quite cool.
I'm
innit?
also. I think I'm helping my colony as well. I'm helping my people.
That's what I mean. It's quite useful.
Yeah. Before we got into more ants facts, should we quickly mention what we're drinking?
I mean, yeah, sure. Drinking.
So me and Alfie, we're drinking this. It's by Tempest Brewing Company. It's called the Chai Cutter, and it's a chai milk stout.
Yes,
You got the can there, Alf?
Yes, mate. I've got.
So it's-
I literally have all of the cans from all the episodes we filmed next to me. I have 10 empty cans next to me.
This can is a weird one. It's gold and pink, and it's just a picture of a woman holding up a mirror. It's a crazy picture. I don't really like it.
You're not allowed to drink it if you're pregnant, apparently.
Apparently.
Too late.
So the thing that me and I find quite weird about this is the ingredients in it.
Yes,
isn't
mate.
it?
It has green cardamom, vanilla, cinnamon, fennel, ginger, black pepper, and milk sugars. And apparently they're in perfect harmony with the chocolatey, malty, milky stout.
The thing is that in most beers you just have hops, barley, malt, and water.
Yeah.
And even if it says like tastes like pineapple,
Pineapple or something. Yeah.
yeah, it's just there's no pineapple in it. It just tastes like. When this has actually got ingredients added to it.
A
So
lot.
we'll talk more about that later. Yeah, a lot of ingredients.
Declan?
I'm fuming about mine. So yesterday, when we recorded this the first time, I talked about how disgusting this fucking wine was, and I went and finished off the bottle, and it just got worse the further I got. So I was drinking the Southern Lime Winery block dry white wine from the Bacchus grape. It's grown in England. That's why it's so shit. I got it from Aldi. The thing that's really pissed me off about it, one, it's only 10.5%, so it doesn't even get you drunk. Two, it cost me £9.
Is that what do you normally pay for a bottle then? What would you
Six.
say is your like? Okay.
And it's made. We found out it's made in Torquay, isn't it? That's where.
Yeah, it's cat's
where
piss.
come from.
Yeah. The description reads...
I don't know if the connection went there. And I said Torquay.
Some of England's finest grape-growing regions provide the Bacchus grapes for this crisp, dry wine. It's not crisp.
You know what?
On the nose,
when you
it
think
has
of
delicate floral aromas. It doesn't. It smells like cat's piss, with a zesty tang on the palate
Smelt much cat's piss?
and an elegant, hobby. Elegant, lingering finish. Best enjoy chilled. It's not enjoyed at any temperature because it's horrible.
the thing that I like is that that it says in the best, most popular, famous wine regions of the UK. It always comes to mind Torquay.
Yeah.
You know, you just think of all those vineyards in Torquay.
Yeah, livid about that.
Love it.
So if you
We're
see
famous
that
for
in
our
Aldi,
grapes.
complain.
To who? The manager?
Anyone you can find. Just pick up a bottle and go around telling people this is a shit wine.
Got to buy it.
Right.
Anyway, back to ants.
Ants?
Yeah, you not got an ant fact?
Well, yesterday, I told you boys that for every human being on Earth,
Oh, God.
there's 1 million ants.
Yeah.
Right? And we worked out that that's about 50 kilograms worth of ants if you wanted to fight them all. I think
Yeah,
we came to the
easy
conclusion that
job.
we could take them.
Yeah.
Could we take them?
Yeah.
Right. Now, I've now found out, and this is revolutionary. For every human on Earth, there's 17 million flies.
Ooh.
So would you rather fight 1 million ants or 17 million flies? Because I'd rather fight the ants.
Well, we found out that 1 million ants comes to something like, what was it, 50 kilos?
50
isn't it?
kilos, yeah.
And I said that you can just clap really hard and they'll all smash it. Deck, you came up with the idea that you can just run away, get in your car, mow them all down.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's
17
fine.
million flies.
I'm not a fan.
I'd rather fight the ants.
And then
I'd rather fight
here's
the
a
ants.
cool
The flies.
fact, right?
I don't like the thing that is. I think it's quite a good thing. Like, if I see one ant, I'm like, all right, I'll let him get on with it. If I see one fly, I hate flies.
Yeah, but the
And
thing
they
is,
really annoy me.
you've only got to wait till the next day and they'll all be dead. So it don't really matter, does it?
But in
Wait,
that means
are
in
you
my house,
waiting?
though, I've got nearly 80 million flies in
Can't.
my house, just flying around almost. Like, no. What I'd have to do is I'd have to go and get the Colobus explodus ants because obviously they split their skin and explode. I'd have to get them on my team because obviously I've got 1 million of them for myself.
Yeah.
So I'd
That's
have to
smart,
get the ants,
actually.
and then they'd.
So now
then
it's 1
we'd fight
million
the flies
ants in
together.
you versus 17 million
Yes.
flies.
Yes.
Now, here's a cool bit, right? So, if you assume each fly is about 1/4 of an inch, right, which is
Right.
about like 0.6 centimeters, then if you lined up every fly on Earth, all 119 quadrillion of them, you'd have 469 billion miles of flies, which is enough to reach the sun 5,000 times. That's pretty cool.
That's mad. How is there not just flies like everywhere I look?
We need a
there's
jet.
a lot
How
of
am I
flies.
not batting them away now?
Yeah, where are
We
they?
need a fly cull.
Fly cow, yeah.
Not a cat
I
cull.
think that
Mm,
the
we'll
ant
do
one I
both.
can really imagine because you can you see a lot of ants. Do you see a lot of ants? But like, you always see like, a lot of them together, or walking around. Flies. 17 minutes. That's a lot of ants.
But
a lot of flies.
I haven't seen a
That's a lot
fly
of
in
flies.
ages.
119
Oh,
quadrillion
surprised.
flies, mate. Yeah, but I imagine like a lot of other countries have more flies than us, right?
No, I doubt it.
I
All
can't
the
imagine
same.
we're the fly hub of the world.
Yeah,
Wow,
maybe.
that's a horrible, horrible thought.
All right,
Oh,
anyway,
no.
what other facts you boys got? I've got two more. I've got my favourite
Did
one,
you-
which I was going to save for the end.
Did you know that beetles? There's more of them in the world than there are any other creature. As in more species, should I say?
There's more species of beetle.
Subspecies, yeah. So there's 380,000 species of beetle,
That's a lot.
and they cover 40% of all species.
That's
Really?
crazy, Susho.
Yeah, I say all species. I'm not sure if it's all animal species or all insect species, but I still think it's a good fact whether it's all 40% of insect species.
It'd probably
or
end
all
up being
animal
species and insect, because like insect species make up most of the species anyway. Do you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
like the rest of us is pretty irrelevant, to be honest. There's a
Mm.
lot of insects.
Yeah, I love insects.
Greedy bastards.
I think that's all my facts.
Now, right, boys. This is an important question. You know ladybugs? You heard of them?
Yeah.
I've heard of them.
Yeah. You know when you hold one, and
Yeah.
sometimes they
Yeah.
give out that like squirty, smelly shit,
Yeah.
that yellow stuff. They just like
Yeah.
spaff it out. Do you know where that comes from?
See, I always thought it was their blood because I thought that the insects have yellow blood, but I don't know why it just starts bleeding in my hand. It just shakes that much that it feels like it's being held by a human, that it just bleeds.
Do you know where it comes from, Dick?
No.
It
I
comes
think I wasn't
from
right.
comes from their knees.
Right.
Do you think that's weird?
That is really weird. Have they got holes in their knees?
That it
then,
comes
like,
out of their
squirt
knees.
Stuff?
That's the last place you used to have that stuff coming out from.
But what is it?
It's just like a deterrent. It's just like a lingering, odorous thing to get rid of predators and stuff.
Oh.
So it's just like something they give out because they want you to leave them alone, basically. But I just think knees is such a weird place for it to happen,
Yeah.
right?
Why the knees?
The ladybird couldn't wear trousers.
No, it'd be soaking them wet all the time.
That's the
It'd
real
stink.
problem here, isn't it? That's the real
Can
crime.
can the ladybirds smell their own? Like,
Do you think some get off on
Same
it and they're just like constantly, their knees are always
No,
damp?
if they're like, if they get bullied a lot and they're always giving off this like,
There's damp
this
knees,
scent.
Shirley.
This
Yeah.
She loves it,
conversation's stressing
mate. She
me.
loves it.
I bet she's just thinking like, oh my god, like, this awful smell that just follows me around all the time because like, yeah.
I mean,
And I've now got the name damp knees Shirley.
it's a good question though. Can they smell it? I don't know. Because like, say a predator came after you and you shat yourself,
Yeah, I'd smell it.
you wouldn't be happy about yourself, would you? You wouldn't be like,
No, I wouldn't know.
but
It depends if it got rid of them or not.
yeah, but you'd still be scared and covered in your own feces.
If a clown killer come at me and I shat myself and then it ran away because it stank, I'd be quite proud.
Proud.
Yeah,
I'm really happy
Proud.
with myself.
yeah. I'd then
Fair
have to
enough,
resort to violence.
When my next door neighbour then injects me with venom and tries to suck my blood, if I
Just
if I
shake
do that,
yourself.
then
Yeah.
yeah, that's fantastic.
Easy job, innit?
That's really good. And how does the ladybird then get rid of the yellow stuff around it?
Flies away.
You don't whip out like a cloth and just like brush itself down, does it?
I don't know.
It doesn't. I can tell.
I just
Doesn't
don't know.
wear
It
trousers,
probably
that's
just
why.
leaves it there, doesn't it?
What, just forever? It just builds up and up and up and up.
Yeah, I imagine it get cleaned off eventually, won't it?
Because it obviously doesn't pull out a white because the point is it doesn't wear trousers because it can't wear trousers because of
Can't
the,
wear trousers. That's what we've learnt today.
Can't wear trousers.
Ladybirds can't wear
And
trousers.
actually, that is a good fact, which is why that's why you get ripped jeans at the knee.
This is
Because
taking
ripped
an awful
jeans.
turn.
We've evolved to not give the yellow stuff out of
This
our knees.
episode needs to end now.
But it's still like it's an evolutionary thing. That's why.
That
I
makes
never
sense.
thought of that. That's absolutely.
That's why I
fantastic.
always wear shorts, to be fair.
Yeah, exactly.
got
Because your
pussy knees.
shins give it out as well.
Well,
Yeah.
we all know I've got
Move
frictionless
on.
shins. Right, I've got one last fact. Do you have
Say
any
it.
more, Dick?
No.
Right, this one's actually quite cool, Dick. You'll love this because you're very I can tell that you just love to be a part of our
Just say the
conversations.
fact.
Aphids, you heard of them?
Yep.
Aphids are actually what ladybirds eat, aren't they? So, aphids, they're small, soft-bellied insects. that feed on plants. Now, a young aphid's called a nymph, a maniac.
Oh,
A
no.
nymph. Right? Now, aphids, obviously they hatch from eggs because they're insects, but the eggs actually hatch within the aphid, and then the aphid gives birth to live young,
Right.
which is they're the only insects to do that. They're the only one where the eggs hatch in the aphid and then the live young come out. That's not the fact. Now, the fact is, all aphids are born female, and they're all born pregnant. There's no male aphids. Aphids just give birth to pregnant females, which give birth to more pregnant females. It just goes on like that forever. And they give birth at 10 days old.
That is actually a mental fact. That is actually
Crazy.
How does that actually work? That is actually really cool.
I don't know.
That's really cool.
But it's mad, isn't it? It's pretty sick. I thought it was a cool fact.
That is a really cool fact. What I've learned from this is that the insects are these amazing creatures that do all these phenomenal things. I don't do any of these things.
Yeah, but
No, I haven't
most
done
of the
anything.
time is taken up by annoying.
Beep.
If it's a fly, all of them 17 million, it's always on your telly.
Yeah. They don't really get up to much
Yeah.
insects, do they, to be fair?
But I just think that I don't do any of these cool things. Like,
If
They don't
it,
live for very long either.
What can a human do, mate? And I don't know if I can do that properly. So
It's a good point, to be fair.
yeah. So I don't do any of these cool things.
You wouldn't want to be born pregnant, though, would you?
I won't be born pregnant. I'd quite like to be able to just like spaff some yellow liquid up my knees. I think that's quite cool. I think that's really cool. And like I can't, when I spit on no one, it doesn't like just melt through their skin like the hornet.
You always spit on people.
I've always spit, and it's
Always.
never ever gone through. And
it's
when I mate
habitual
with
at this
men,
point.
they don't become penisless corpses either.
No. That's true. That is true. Well, we're not as good as insects.
What I could do, I could fake my death for unwanted sexual advances.
You could do that.
That is something I could.
No
do.
one's going to stop you, mate.
No.
You do you. Right.
That's brilliant.
Beer.
Yeah, go on then.
Nice, mate, wasn't it? It's nice. Smells nice.
It does smell nice.
Does it still smell
Does
nice?
Yeah. The thing is that it doesn't taste like beer, does it?
No. Not at all. Not
It
even
reminds
close.
me.
Tastes like
not the
cardamom.
consistency. It does taste like cardamom, yeah. It really does. The consistency, not the consistency, sorry, but the taste of it reminds me of a smoothie.
Gloopy. You
It's
what,
just
bruv?
like thick. It reminds me of a smoothie.
The
You get all
taste.
these different flavours at all different times.
Yeah. So definitely not the consistency, because mine
Not the
weren't smoothie
consistency.
like. Yours is not
No.
okay.
It's just bits of black pepper I'm picking out my teeth. Yeah.
Yeah, it was nice. I enjoyed it. It was weird.
It was quite nice. It was weird.
It didn't taste like
Yeah.
beer. It was nice.
Beer at all. Declan, we clearly know how yours went.
Yeah, if you work for the Southern Line Winery, I'm going to ensure that you all go bankrupt and lose
He's
your
going to
homes.
suck your blood out.
No, I'm going to make sure all of you and your families live on the street for the rest of time.
I mean,
Wow.
they've just got your money, so I think they're winning, really.
Yeah, they're winning there. Yeah, you've lost. They know their wine's crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
You brought it.
some mug's going to buy this.
I'll make sure
Yeah.
everyone does now too.
I bet they're all, I guarantee everyone working at that grape place is pissing themselves. They're like, who on earth is eating these grapes from freaking Torquay?
Yeah.
What a mug.
I think when COVID's done one deck, we should take a trip down to
Yes.
the vineyard for a
I will
lecture.
piss on the floor.
I promise you it won't exist. It just doesn't there. It's not there. It's a
think
field
we
of
should.
mud.
Yeah, just
It tastes like
laying
it.
in the dirt. Just cats urinating on them.
Yeah.
It's
fantastic.
I'll tell you what, it might not actually be a winery. Maybe they're just picking up grapes that they found off the floor in Torquay
Yeah.
and thought, you know what, we'll stand on this, get the juices out and distill it for a bit.
They're going to all the hospital beds where everyone like gives them grapes, and they're just like getting all the ones for like all the dead people who died. Just get all the
Maybe they've
leftover
got
grapes and
cats
just
to
make
stand
wine.
on it.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Why
It's
Yeah.
a big
Where
vat
is
and they
cats
just chuck
coming
loads of
to it?
cats in. You are? It tastes
Where
like
does
cat piss.
Maybe.
They're just pissing and pressing. Busy boys.
Oh, this is taking an
that
awful
is their
turn.
slogan.
That's
the
how we
Southern
cull
Winery
them. We
slogan.
go to where they're pressing the grapes and we murder them all.
Oh no.
On their T-shirt, it's like Southern Wine Company. Underneath it just says "Pissing and Pressing."
Okay, we're gonna end it there.
The Cats t-shirts.
We're gonna end it there.
Next week, I am doing a podcast on the things I like and dislike about this world. It's not just going to be my favourite colour's blue and I like pizza. It's going to be some things that I've been looking at over the last couple of weeks that are mental and incredibly annoying. I look forward to talking about it. Great. On Monday, we've got a podcast coming out, haven't we, about Marvel Mondays.
Yes, mate.
Yeah.
Episode 4 of WandaVision. Excellent.
So 5.
Yeah.
5,
So,
yeah. All right.
episode 5.
Cheers.
For listening, guys.
Thank you for listening to this Guzzlr podcast.